So we've come down to Liverpool Golf Centre because in the red has not been going well. I've been scoring and playing pretty horrifically, and this is one of 3 lessons that I'm hopefully going to be taking with 3 different coaches on 3 different aspects to help me get the game better. We're here at Liverpool Golf Centre because that's the home to Adrian Fryer, my dad, who's been looking after my golf swing for the last 10-15 years now. I've not had many lessons in the last year or so. I've not really practiced much, but we're going to go in there. I've got 2 or 3 issues that I want to solve. I want to come away being able to have an idea of something, actually have an idea of what I want to do, because on the golf course at the minute I feel very lost and I'm just trying 1,000,001 different things on every different hole, trying to find an answer and actually having no structure. So hopefully we can get into the range now, we can get a little bit of structure in our lesson. We're going to play the lesson out as a full lesson basically, so you'll understand the process of start to finish. You'll hopefully pick some wisdom up from it, and things that might relate to your game at home and things that might not, but ultimately hopefully you'll take some nuggets that will help you and I get fixed. So let's head in and see if we can solve this golf swing. Hello,
Morning, sunshine.
How are we?
Okay, I'm good. You?
Yeah, right.
All set?
I need you to fix me.
Right.
Fix me, fix me, fix me.
Is it that bad?
I think I've got 3 issues that I want solving, because the play out on course is a bit wishy-washy and I haven't got any real direction, I don't think. I think I go to every round. I had a little feeling maybe 6 months ago that I stuck with and worked. I've got a feeling with driver, which I had from Trotty, when I had my fitting with him, which I seem to be driving it better. But when it comes to like my iron play, the stats actually don't say that I'm too bad. So
What's the shot pattern?
So shot patterns a little bit here and there. So I hit pulls, I feel I get too slicey with my longer clubs, so 4, 5, 6. I see too much, like I try and hit
leak it right more.
Yeah, I try and hit a cut, but I hit a slice or a push slice sometimes. I hit 55% of greens last year, 10% right, 9% left, 21% short, which I think is one of my other issues, is my strike. I remember when I was playing all the time, I would like consider myself a good striker, as where now it's toey, it's heely. I don't think I'm compressing it enough. So like my direction, my starting line, I would say, my strike, and then I think it all comes back to actually my setup, because I stand over every shot and question where I am.
Right.
With my shoulders relative to my feet, I feel I'm short.
Closed,
I feel I'm short, and the next thing I'll stand open, and I feel I'm way open. So then I do this, and I don't have an idea.
Yeah, you need to establish.
Those are my 3 dilemmas.
Yeah, if you stood over it with that lack of confidence, that doesn't help, does it? Because you've not proven to yourself the pattern of shots.
No, I've not got.
You need some evidence.
I need a feeling that I take away. I need to remedy my strike, and I want to see want to work towards a consistent tight little fade. But saying that, when I hit little like knockdown punch draws into wind, I'm not bad at those. Like I can get those going, but I do hit pull hooks as well with that sometimes. So there's no remedy. Where do you want me to start?
Do you want to hit a 7-iron? You're going to loosen up with that? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my gut reaction tells me, and kind of historically knowing your swing, my gut reaction, and we'll have to look at the numbers and see. You, historically, we know you're a little strong, we know you can get a little shot, we know you can steepen it slightly, then shallow it.
Yeah.
And for me, and I'm not putting my head on the line here, but to me it sounds like your path's probably pretty good, but you leave the face open. So the push fades.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously the bigger the club, the straighter the face, the more that's going to curve a little bit right. You'll pay for it more with a long iron.
Yeah.
Also, if you tend to do this, you'll lift the shaft up, probably hit them, miss strike. It can be heel and toey.
Yeah.
Of course, that loses distance, and if you open the face up, you're adding a bit of loft, with dynamic loft, so you leave it short right, which your stats suggest.
Yeah.
It also to me suggests that when you try to hit it from the inside and hook it, that actually feels more comfortable to you, but then you've got to manage the face. And if you over rotate the face, or the face is a bit left, too much left of the path, obviously you then miss it way left. You know. So we do need to establish whether these shots that are missing right are more because the face is too open. You know, any dispersion on the shot, any curvature on the ball is that differential between the face and the path, isn't it? But it depends where that path's aiming. If you're getting the path more left and the face a little less left, you know, you'll cut them onto target. Obviously, you'll move on to target. But if you're leaving that face too open, or heeling it and towing it, you know, that's going to affect the gear effect and just hit it offline. But let's
loosen up and then
let's hit
solve
some
setup
shots
first, will we?
And see the yellow flag.
I'm going that one in the middle.
That's our target. So I mean, whether you want to work them just off the edge of that clubhouse and back, great. And just hit a few, and I'll
chip some and then hit
a
few fuller out
quarters.
So that's prime example in the grass. That's gone 20 yards. So even now I'm questioning my shoulders straight away.
Your alignment is yet.
There's a good example. Bit heavy, bit left pull. And even that's just a chippy 7 iron. Strikes all over the place. Toe slap, but straight. I think even with like my long, like when you look at 7, 8, 9, I think my proximity is like 60 feet as an average, which obviously isn't great. And then with a wedge, like even with like when I'm pitching from 100 yards, 100 to 130, I'm like 45 feet. I hit some great ones, but also hit some just pure crap. That's the heel right.
That's your heely one, isn't it?
You've literally got them all here. We've not had a good one yet. I think with me, like historically, I relied on timing. Whenever felt I was timing it well, I'd hit it great, regardless of what was going on. I could just manage everything. As where now I feel like my rhythm and my timing's gone, but because everything's a little bit better, it's not as bad. But I stand over it like questioning, and then straight away my rhythm's out of the window. Not actually hit one on target here yet.
Did you feel you released that one a bit earlier then? That was a bit heavy, wasn't it?
Just, I don't, the honest answer, I don't really know anymore. I stand and there's that much going on. Like I question my shoulders, and I take it away and I think, oh, that's inside. Then I'm not shifted. Like 1 week my thought will be, try and feel them left, shifting, like driving my left down to push up. Then next week I feel like, right, I'm going to hinge it more on the way back. Week after I'm thinking, right, just get that left shoulder open because it feels like I'm like this. Then it's like, oh, change your grip. I could go through probably all those swing thoughts in the space of 18 holes. Instead of saying like, your feeling is to, you know, hinge. I think 2-3 years ago we had a lesson and it was like, hinge it and like hold I took away from it, and I was like, pew, pew, pew.
I think
it's all gone.
What you're suffering from is no different than many of your subscribers. You know, you're exposed to all the different information out there, and you're what I call solution hopping. There's a good shot,
How did I do that?
I'll try this, I'll try that, I'll try the other. Well, that was a zero path there. You can see zero face. You know, that was a very neutral golf swing. They're very rare, that. You better take a picture of that.
That's 1.2 on ours.
Oh yeah, okay. What, right? Just slightly
into out.
Into out, Because he's measuring at a slightly different point, isn't it? But it's pretty neutral, isn't it? But going back to what I was saying, your solution hopping, you know, there's two things in golf, for lessons in general. There's one thing knowing about the golf swing, and then there's the other thing knowing about your swing. And then you may have had a feeling, if we went on tour tomorrow and on the practice ground, 1 week we could tell players to do X system, and because they're talented they could do it, and a week later we could tell them to do Y and they could probably still do it, but at least they're trying to do something each time and repeat it. What you're doing is just jumping from feeling to feeling to feeling with not a great lot of evidence of,
plastering
what I'm
didn't
working.
work, try the next.
You need to get a little bit of a pattern going. Now of course that feeling. Golf is, you know, we talk about wanting to be consistent, we do, but we also want to be flexible, i.e. you do need to be able to hit draws, you do need to hit fades.
Yeah.
But you should be able to stand here with some block practice and hit some standard shots and think, right, that's my fade feeling, like this is the one I can do. And that's why your proximity is so random.
Yeah.
Because you've not, you know, your dispersion pattern is varied. You're not thinking, well, if I leak it, you know, I'm getting this simple pattern.
Yeah.
And all the evidence is, for all your viewers, all the evidence is out there with books like, you know, great books like this, just digressing, but the 4 Foundations, John Sherman, Scratch Player, that tells people about their expectations, what is realistic. Because, you know, like you were saying about how far you're hitting it,
yeah,
those are key things for your expectation. But we need to get you more consistent, that's for sure, with the feeling. Definitely.
I think that it all, the foundations for me is that setup. As soon as I question that, I don't hit a good shot.
Yeah.
I can't stand over it, and that probably that last swing was the first one where I didn't, like, when I stand to it, like my left shoulder feels like it's like this.
Closed,
I just didn't look at that then.
No.
And then made a good swing. All the other ones, I look down and sort of
see a bit close.
Catch this, and then I'm like, right, you know, instinctively I'm trying to fix it on the way through.
Okay.
So what do I do here? Where am I?
Well, my
what's the observation on my setup?
My take on, if you just take your setup for me, please.
Yeah.
A couple of little tips, and again, this may help your viewers if you take your address position.
Yeah.
Obviously, it depends on what shape you're hitting, doesn't it? But if you're going to be hitting a fade,
which, excuse me,
the far left flag at the end of the range.
Far left, right? Okay, so we're not aligned to the mat there, are we?
No, we're slightly left of the mat.
Which is probably a good thing to do because it's...
So let's hypothetically say you're going to try and fade this ball just slightly onto target, yeah? You're going to know that you want your arc ideally to aim, or you're going to swing direction slightly left, don't you?
Yeah.
So you certainly don't want to be closed if you're trying to fade it. So from a feel point of view, we all know that we stand parallel and so on. Yeah, visualise 2 plumb bobs. If you had 2 plumb bobs dropping from your shoulders, I want those dropping here. Now what would happen with you traditionally, you'd get a little bit here. But it's not a great idea aiming your shoulders right and trying to swing left.
Yeah, that feels, that feels
pretty normal.
Just let go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normal for me.
Yeah. Now we also get into tilts, of course. Anybody
so far right of the target.
Yeah, exactly. And anybody with a stronger grip will tend to rotate the left and tilt this way, so you've got to watch where your centre of your chest is. You might have to feel a bit more on top of it and less tilted. Of course, with a driver that's different, but yeah, you'll feel a bit that way, a touch more at address. Okay.
So 2 plumb bobs.
Which is more of a fade, yeah, 2 plumb bobs, yeah.
Is that square now?
Yeah, you're
that feels like my shoulders are...
Just address it, please. Take your setup, and you do your plumb bobs. Okay, and if I may...
Honestly, my shoulders here...
Now walk away. Stand behind.
That's closed.
Yeah, so you're still a hair closed, aren't you?
Do you know what that felt like? Do you know what, let's just put that back for me for one sec.
Yeah. That felt like over here, yeah.
That felt like that
tilted.
to me.
Yeah, you felt this way, high in your right shoulder and left. Yeah. But you want to get here, you see. Now the downside, it's good for, again, some of your viewers, that if you want to tilt this way and get on the inside of it, great.
Yeah.
The more you have spine tilt this way, and you're going to be more underneath.
I don't want that.
If you want to fade it, get a little bit more on top of it with your chest. So,
how do I? So I take that setup feeling to course. How do I not overdo it?
Well, again, it's all feel.
Just monitor it?
Yeah, you've got to monitor it, feel it. You might. That's good there. Yeah, don't more. That's it. No more.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my feet square?
Yeah, you're parallel here now. Just stay there. And don't forget you want to be parallel left. So let go of that now, walk away.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is left, isn't it?
Yeah, it's at the red flag.
Yeah, just inside the left flag you want, the red flag you want to be. Because just going back to parallel, if the cameraman Joe was the target, that would be the club face, that would be your feet parallel. You don't. The big problem we know most amateurs is they try and aim their body and feet at the target. Well, you don't. You aim parallel to your target, just like when you're putting. You know, your feet don't aim at the hole; they aim parallel to it. So that's the first thing we've got to get right, yeah?
Is that good?
That's good there.
Let's get a video of that then. Let's hit one and... Oh.
Good shot, great shot. Okay.
I think we're done.
Yeah. So, but obviously what you've got to do, you know, you don't have the luxury of your camera on the course, it's all feel.
I do.
You're going to, well,
follow me
you
around.
do, yeah. You're going to have to police yourself and literally, you know, with anybody you're playing with, check your alignment, see where you are, relative for the shot you're hitting. This is all contextual.
Yeah.
If you're going to be hitting a draw.
If I'm going to try and hit a draw, I've got to go
you're
back
not
to
going
that
be there.
normal feeling.
You're going to hit a bigger fade.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be a little bit more
Yeah.
close. So it's
There's
very much-
experimentation, I would say,
it's
with
got to
that.
be contextual, you know, of what shot you're trying to hit. But for me there, your path was just a hair left, which is what we're trying to achieve. Angle of attack 4.7, perfect. Launch angle good. Spin rate all good, good, good.
Am I aiming square again? No, no.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, that's perfect now.
This
Perfect.
is...
And again, just doing your plumb bobs, you know. You see where you are,
Yeah.
here.
Honestly, it
Yeah.
feels like I'm aiming a good 150 yards left.
Which tells
there.
you probably for how long you've been aiming a bit
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
because I probably change it for a hole and then it doesn't work, like you say,
Yeah,
flip
you
back
come and
to...
have a look here. Come and have a look. You can just see. You know, I know
Oh, wow, yeah.
on video, and then your spine tilts. I don't want you to get too on top of it with that chest, obviously, because you could get a little bit steep or
Yeah, yeah.
what have you. But that setup there, posture angles,
Yeah,
are
that,
all
that looks normal.
pretty tidy, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, I would say they're all nice and neutral. You're nice and balanced.
What was it? Can you put one of before up?
Good backswing position. I like that backswing position there. And this is where you've got to watch you don't get too steep, because often you might steepen the shaft a little, you know, and that shaft back down close to its original shaft plane.
Yeah.
I still feel here you throw it, you see the face rotation,
Yeah.
you know, to me that's a little bit of a draw motion,
Yeah.
definitely like, and that's why I believe you get closed, number one, with your upper body.
Yeah.
Your path will be straight
Yes.
or right, and you'll have the face right, which we can see, and that's when you hit that big push fade. It's not a genuine fade where you're coming right across and your path's way
No,
left.
I never get like a, you know,
Yeah, your path's not
gnarly
way
divots
left. You're
that's like-
more of a push fader or leak it.
Yeah.
As soon as you
Yeah.
have that ball right of the, you know, from a
coaching.
coaching perspective, but also from a launch monitor perspective, that as soon as you have that club face, if this was your target line, as soon as you get that path right,
Yeah.
so from a deep plane perspective, that ball's going to leak way right, isn't
Yeah.
it? You've got to have the path left and the face left, but just the face not quite as left. Okay, whoops,
sorry.
easy.
Sloppy, slow.
Yeah, and I may just want to have a quick look at that one.
I think I need to start hitting them a bit quicker.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit too warmy up shots. And a strike.
Yeah.
Not far. Okay, so
So again, the face is a little closed for me there, you see. So neutral path, face left on that one.
yeah,
Neutral path, face left. But what I see when I'm watching you, just without any technology,
yeah,
when I watch you on your YouTube and so on, I definitely see you guiding your irons a bit. You don't look like you really commit to it, to me, hard
Yeah.
enough. You
Yeah.
know, you always look like you're just trying to fudge it a bit
I
on
think
target.
some of the better shots I have hit have been like right. This 6-iron needs to go 190,
Force
195.
it a bit more.
Let's get a bit.
Yeah.
It feels snappier, like tighter rhythm is probably a better way to describe.
Players differ. I'd probably classify myself as a player where I'd take a club extra and I can kind of cozy in, hit it softer.
Yeah.
But I think for you that's not ideal,
No,
because what
'cause I'm
happens
so
when I
strong.
see in your swing, you'll just get here, flip here, and the hands will go away and
Yeah.
rotate away. What I want you to do now, let's assume we've got the setup something like,
Yeah.
and when I look at your takeaway and so on, and the path and the shape of your backswing, you're pretty tidy, yeah?
Yeah,
What I definitely want you to do is I need you to work harder on your pivot, so your angles are being pulled.
Yes.
So the angles you've created with your chest, sorry, with your wrists and lever system here, these are being dragged along, yeah, for
Yes.
longer. So it's almost for you, it's feel like you're dragging the heel of the club and leaving the toe behind and feeling like you're getting the shaft
wiping it
low,
a bit.
yeah, wiping it and feeling the shaft down low here. You will get this way. Your hands will go away from your body.
Yeah.
You've got a strong, always had a bit of a strongish right hand, so it flips over. I can see a lot of rotation in the face here. If you look at the likes of Adam Scott and so on, you'll see the face is really quiet here on the way through. You know, it's almost open or held up. So they're kind of releasing. There's a bit of extension. Yeah, a bit of an extension this way rather than rolling over there. They'll extend some of them this way. It depends again on the shot they hit. If he's hitting a draw, he'll let it go a bit more. But I'd like you to feel that your body is being a lot more dynamic, dragging your arms.
Would that help with the compression feeling? Is that
well, of course, it's going to get you
on top of it?
Yeah, get you on top of it, the path down and left.
Yeah.
But I want you to start that ball a little bit more left with the face just a hair open. So the ball just leaks back on target. What I don't want you to do is start it on line or straight and then the face be even more open and it starts right then going right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But as I say, when I watch you on YouTube all the time, I always feel it doesn't look like you're giving it any. You know, even if you're hitting a little 3/4 shot, you should still be more aggressive.
Yeah.
So if I may, keep hold of it. What I'm suggesting to you is that these angles, now work this harder, pivot. You know, fire your body. Your body's going quicker.
Yeah, I'm doing
and
this.
Then, you're this way, and you're over here, exactly. So you're going to have a more leveler turn, shall we call it?
Yeah.
Because with everybody in golf, you've got to get the tilts and turns right.
Yeah.
And that could be Dustin Johnson or you or me. You know, some players go steep in the backswing and then underneath. Others players will go shallower and steeper.
Yeah.
You know, so you see what Fleetwood's doing, say, where he's more underneath it. You know, and may need to turn more levels quicker if you like. You definitely, I think, stall with your body and throw your arms away.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep your body moving
Just
a
feel
little
my
longer.
Your
arms
are
getting
being
a bit more of
dragged
a
by my
ride.
torso.
Yeah. You've got to work your body harder and quicker for longer through impact. So you're being more aggressive. And to you, it will feel like the handle. If I put this here, it'll feel like you'll feel like the handle's low and left. So your face rotation will be quieter. Good. That's it. Okay.
And that ball will go to target.
Oh yes, I guarantee it.
So
go on, turn hard left. Same backswing, hard left.
Oh wow.
Great shot. And that actually looked like you gave it some a bit there then.
Not much movement on it. You little pulley, but
yeah. So you just matched the face and path. You had the path 1.5 left face, 1.5. So you just hit a straight pull. So you just need to feel that face is held a bit more quiet. Just drag the heel through.
Square address. Feels wildly open. Up. Level hold.
That's it. Perfect. Right. Come on. Hard left. Turn left. Let your body. That's better. Good. That's perfect. That was lovely.
10 foot.
How did that feel?
Felt like I was going to pipe that then.
Did it? Yeah.
But the strike was really solid.
Yeah. Good.
Feels like I'm doing this.
Yeah, it will feel like you're coming left. Yeah, a little bit just stopped and just flipped that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I just mistimed. Oh, just a poor swing. Get back on the bike, ride again, delete that one.
Up.
Turn.
Not this.
Yes, yeah, not that.
Ah.
But just if I may just jump on there a sec. So we're talking about sequencing here and timing. So everybody's golf swing's got a shape.
Yeah.
So we've got to control the shape, so the path of the club. We've got to control what the face is doing through impact, yeah?
Yeah.
But we've all got to control the sequence. So just like those tilts and turns, some players too tilty, some more turny. But if you can think of the component parts, you've got a club head, your hands and your body, let's say in simple terms. So it's a bit like a kiddie's roundabout or an old record player. But if you had a kid on the outside of the roundabout, one halfway up and one in the middle, and they were all going round, they're all going around at the same RPMs, same revolutions per minute. Yeah? So what's happening in a golf swing is that these are all moving at the same RPMs, but of course the club head's got 20 feet to go.
Yeah.
Well, the body's only got 6 or 8 inches, so this is a smaller axis of rotation. So this is accelerating but they're all moving together. So you've got to keep this timing, the feeling, and it's a feeling of the club head, hands and body all working together through the ball. Now, as I say, I believe in your case,
I feel
from
stall,
a decent
slip.
backswing, you go here, and then you're trying to, because you're not committed and you're not sure about what you're trying to do, and then we get a lot of these stall, and that makes that club face pretty difficult to control. Now, nobody on the planet, Tiger, Rory, anybody can totally guarantee the club face. Their paths are very stable, and they can shift the path obviously at will. They can feel a bit inside or a bit outside, but the trick for all of us is managing that face rotation and sequencing it so you dump all that power and get maximum club head speed and thrust at the right moment. I definitely feel for you definitely stall on this a little bit, and that's why I want you to keep the engine, let's call this the engine and this the transmission. You know, you want to keep the engine going. So if I put the club in my tummy here and did this, that's my body and the club working in harmony, isn't it? That's why my arms look longer here. As I say, I see you on YouTube and you're going, oh, please go straight. You know, you're not saying, right, I'm making you go straight. I'm gonna. John Jacobs years ago, I think he said something to me, and he said, you don't swing the club at the ball, you hit the ball to the target. Which, you know, seems a simple statement, but you can just get preoccupied with hitting the club at the ball rather than actually hitting the ball to the target. And you want to drive him on. That's why when you said about being more aggressive sometimes, but I want you to be more aggressive here as well as with the hands. Does that make sense? And the arms.
Almost feels like swing it 3/4, but at full pace. And I definitely want you to be feeling, keep hold of it, that your body and the club through here are working together. So I want you to look longer in your arms. See this? You know, you don't see any tour players with narrow arms, not unless it's on a flop shot. You know, so I want you wider. I want you feeling more extension with your body, more aggressive. Bang, that's it. Oh, that was stretchy.
Feel that you get your arms away from your body or your hands away from your chest. Another old saying was separate the heads. So separating the heads is getting the club head further from your head. You know, get those, not this. So come on, drive it hard with your body and get those arms away. Let's get some stability. That's it. And you know, your club head speed's jumping up to a couple of miles an hour there straight away.
94.
And that's maybe, I think, what Chris had said to you in your tailor-made fitting. You know, don't just pap it.
Stop it.
I do think going back to going out with a plan on the golf course, that was a great strike. That was ripped.
Down the target. They're all doing a similar thing as well now. They're not.
They're more stable. I don't know what your path is saying now.
Out to win 1 degree.
Exactly. I've got you kind of half a degree. So, and a neutral club face and right out of the button, 92 miles an hour.
180 carry.
I've got you 179.
With a range ball.
With a range ball,
Range.
Perfect.
That feels snappier, it feels tighter. Hit the flag.
I've nearly hit the flag.
Club speed's up. Look at the strike as well. Just come here. Actually found the middle of the golf club. Not this bit and not this bit.
Let's just clarify where we're at so we don't get lost, because what you need ultimately for your next YouTube sessions and you going out, you want some clarity. You want to, you know, I always say to my students, if you want to go to Tesco's tomorrow, or you want to, people say, I want to be more consistent, but if you want to go to Sainsbury's tomorrow, you need to know how you got there yesterday. So you know, you need to know that route. It's no use just turning up and trying to find a different way. So you know, if you want to produce good golf shots, you need to know the formula that produces them, so you can use it again tomorrow. You've got a route map
set up.
You know, so I would say
don't feel this. Feel
a bit more that
left
way.
Shoulder down. It feels this way to me. Left shoulder down and open.
Definitely.
Through the golf ball, I'm feeling that I'm turning level. And separating the heads.
Definitely.
But under and bringing them in.
Correct, but I'm going to just clarify a couple of things for you, if I may. So, First of all, as you say, again, assuming you're trying to hit a little fade
Yeah.
with that setup.
Yeah, this is like
So,
stock.
Yeah, your standard stock shot, which you
Yeah.
do need to do some block practice to get this nailed down. Then we can talk
What's
about
practice?
fading. Yeah, practice is this. I don't know if it's overrated. I'm not
Yeah.
sure, but apparently it makes you quite good. So you need to sort the setup out, as you say. Your plumb bobs are feeling less.
Yeah,
tilted
underneath
this way, a
it.
little bit more on top of it, within reason. Obviously, the bigger the club.
If I'm going to try and hit a draw, go back to that
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah, and just again for your viewers, you know the spine tilt in golf because you play a silly game where one hand's on the club below the other.
Yeah.
But with your wedge, there's less spine tilt than a driver because of where the ball is.
Yeah.
You know, you've got further to reach with your right side for a longer club and less with a shorter club.
Yeah.
So those spine tilts vary subtly.
Okay.
So you've got to watch that. So next thing, your backswing, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty comfortable with. For you, it might feel more out,
Yeah.
less in.
Yeah.
You know, but don't forget, if you've had your shoulders this way, and
Over here.
immediately throws the club a little
Yeah.
bit inside, so that your alignment can.
So, so if I've got my shoulders correct for stock,
Yeah,
the
can influence
club
the-
should feel in front of me.
Yeah, it'll feel a bit more out and in front of you. It's
Yeah.
influencing the path, isn't it? But in the downswing, definitely you're going to feel that the arc is going more lower and lefter for a right-handed player.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, from a science point of view or a launch monitor point of view, we know you need maybe say your path 4 degrees left with your face only 2 degrees left.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that ball's going to leak on target. I believe you've been having your path more neutral.
Yeah,
and
they
the face
generally are
more
when I've
right
been
because you've been shut here, coming this way.
trying to
And
hit
that's where
hit a fade
yeah.
from a draw point.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why you're not too bad at, as you say, hitting the draw shot because you're naturally coming from the inside. Then it's just a question of managing the face,
Yeah.
but you probably overturn those
Yeah.
a little bit. But so that's number one thing. Now, just going back to separating the heads and what your hands are doing on the way through.
Would this help my start line? Because I feel like the setup we've got
Yeah.
and my strike.
Yeah,
I've
to you,
got
you're
a
going to
bit.
feel that you're starting at a hair more left, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, and whether you pick, you know, like we all pick maybe a short marker or something, but I'll often ask a student to hit the ball over a particular point or start the ball, which may not be your target. It's going to be left of your target, isn't it?
Yeah.
In your case, so you might pick your target line when you're picking your shot, and then you've got to think, right, I want to start the ball left of that, don't you?
Yeah.
If you're going to fade it back onto target, you don't want to
Yeah,
start
yeah.
it over your
Over
target
target,
line,
no,
you're
no,
going to miss it
no.
right. Makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, from a point of view of your body, as I say, don't misconstrue what I said. That you could argue that's separating the heads,
Yeah.
but unfortunately the path's going this way.
Yeah.
I want your club head, your hand path, and your tummy to all feel like they move in the same direction.
I feel separate the heads with a bit of stretch.
Yeah, bit of stretch, bit of extension in the arms
Yeah.
and the tummy.
Yeah.
And I also, definitely, as I said to you, I want your motor, I want your body doing
Yeah.
more. I don't want you just wafting your arms past it,
Yeah.
you know. Now, again, from your viewer's point of view and in my daily life,
Yeah.
for players who are too aggressive with the body
Yeah.
and not squaring the club face
Watch
or
this lesson in
coming
reverse.
across it and slicing it, watch the lesson in reverse. Do what Matt Fryer's doing, stay back, you wait with your body and release your hands and
Yeah.
feel that you're going to swing to the right and rotate it over. So, as I said, it's all contextual.
Yeah.
You know, if you're struggling with a slice,
Yeah.
I want you to feel the opposite. You've got to get the arms and clubs going more.
Okay.
But in your case, you need to keep your body, and I want to see you on YouTube. I want to see you, even if you're hitting a little 3/4 pitch sort of thing, you can go bang and finish committed.
Yeah.
You know, okay, some shots you're going to just
Doesn't sound
float.
like me.
But I want more aggression from the body. You know, to you it'll feel like you're doing a bit of a Tommy Fleetwood impression going through the ball in
Yeah,
terms
fair.
of quite aggressive with your turn through.
And for me to take away and practice then, in terms of a drill or,
Yeah.
I think for me, I've got a feeling now from a setup that's 100% clear to me. I've got a feeling of what I want to do sort of post impact,
Yeah.
feeling here a
Yeah.
little bit more
Yeah.
as opposed to this. What in terms of right, this is going to get my ball going out here and fading, what am I
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
drill or...
if you've got your technology,
Yeah.
that you can see where your start line is,
Yes.
and how much curve you see on the ball,
Yeah.
and where it finishes relative to the target, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, now whether you, hypothetically, we know that your shots often finish a bit short right, let's say, when you're hitting the poor ones.
Yeah.
So you want to be, I would accept or suggest that when you're practicing the next few times, if you just hit some straight bullet left,
Yeah.
just straight pulls, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because that tells me you're getting on top,
Just face
swinging
just a little
left, and the
close.
face is just a bit square.
Yeah, to the path.
You know, so you just maybe just hit a few pulls.
Yeah.
But when you're practicing from a point of view of simulating game-like conditions,
Yeah.
there's 2 or 3 things you can do. I think it was Scott Percy on a podcast. He talked about something, you know, Australia. I think he's Australian, but US tour, played the US tour. He was talking about doing practice drills. So, for example, if that yellow flag was our target,
Yes.
he'd hit 4 balls, and he would make sure with the first 4 balls that he'd start them left, they'd curve to target, but they wouldn't miss it to the right.
Okay.
So they'd be left to target, but moving on to the target.
So have a goal when I'm
Yeah, to
practicing.
have a go when he practice. But then he would do the opposite. He would hit somewhere he starts them right and moves them onto target, but that doesn't over. So they don't cross the
Yes,
target
yeah,
line.
yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
So when you're practicing and you can see it on your software, you don't want the ball to finish on your fade ones right of the target line, do you?
No.
You want it to move on to the target line.
Yeah, as long as
start
it's moving left to right.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's all degrees of how much you do that. If it's Bubba, he's hitting it out there and bringing it back.
Yeah.
So he'd do both. That would be part of his pre-shot route practice.
Yeah.
He'd hit some left, he'd hit some right, and then he'd try and hit 2 or 3 dead straight through the gate, you know, sort of thing. But in your case, you can think, well, I've got my target line,
Yeah.
yeah, which we assume is where your target is, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you've got your start line, where you're going to start the ball, aren't you, and move it back. Does that
Yes.
make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're going to feel like you're starting the ball left of your target line between those 2 balls.
So this will be my drill here, just.
Yeah, yeah. And again, your rehearsal, pivot, feel this way. So your handle feels lower, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This probably feels a little quieter, the club face.
Yeah.
It's not gone away from you
Yeah.
here and flipped over. And you're not, you'll get this way underneath,
Yeah.
you know?
I did actually have some when I was at Formby Ladies the other day. I literally had a feeling when I was doing this.
Yeah, high right shoulder, more level turn through
Yeah,
the ball.
had a few better shots straight after it. Sort of know what I'm doing.
Right, and commit to this one, come on. No, it wasn't your best strike, it was a little off the bottom.
Yeah.
But if you look at the shot pattern, it did everything you wanted it to
Yeah,
do.
it's on
Started left, curve back to target. You're a little late on it, perhaps, so you
Not
just
destructive.
your low point would have probably been a bit here. You thinned it on the way down.
Just not
Lost
quite
that
got
one.
that. It's
Yeah.
just left of the flag. Over that bucket.
Even that, I don't think you committed to that.
No, just a little
To
bit
me,
guided.
you didn't commit. It looked like you guided it. Swing harder.
Yeah,
Speed
just like
on that
I've
one.
dropped.
See that one? You've dropped your club head speed's gone down 89. Turn the body, get the body to pull the arms. That's it.
It's an alien.
I want your engine. I'd like your engine moving quicker and harder. The arms are going to get carried along. A good bad and
Yeah, 6 foot, but
yeah.
nearly a shank. I think it's just, you're never going to get it straight away, are you? It's
No, of
just
course you're not. It all
sinking
feels
it
new.
up, I think, here.
Doesn't it? Yeah,
I
that
just feel a
timing,
little
isn't it?
bit like that goes and then Mel goes, no, it's time for us to throw.
Yeah. No, I
And
mean you're definitely making yourself more aggressive with your body.
Yeah.
But you've got to get those matchups. You've got to get them all.
Even hitting
Well-
some 3/4 shots at that snappy pace
Yeah, I don't mind
gets
that.
the feeling.
Yeah, as long as those components, as long as this and this are working to keep body moving, working together,
Yeah,
you know. That's it.
yeah,
So you've got to, as I say, keep the engine moving. Think of the horse pulling the cart.
Nearly.
You know, there's various kind of analogies, metaphors, but if the horse is pulling the cart running down the road and then the horse sticks the anchors on, the cart will run it over.
Yeah.
Or you've got the book on the parcel shelf of the car and you stick your brakes on
Yeah,
rapidly, that book's going through the window. Well, if your body just stalls a bit too early,
yeah,
you know, you'll flip it.
Keep the body turning.
Don't get me wrong, again, the scientists watching or the swing nerds will say, well, the body does slow down. Of course it does. So basically your maximum hand speed's here, kind of, you know, a foot or so from the ball, because your hands and all these components slow down, so the club head can, you pass the energy down the links into the club head. So when you see these super slow motion footage of Rory or anybody in the ball, it looks like the feet stop, it looks like everything stops momentarily.
Yeah.
Well, they are slowing down to dump the energy into the club head. But as a feeling, that was great. As a feeling, you've got to feel that you keep moving.
That was better.
That was a good swing.
When I get it right, I feel as well that I'm like a foot taller.
Taller, yeah, because you're going into extension, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. You're going into extension. You know, basically, you got your little bit of side bend, your rotation, and then extend.
Up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I think I've got an idea of what I need to do.
So you will feel taller because you're using your body a little bit more.
That's good.
You know, and to quote the great Jack Nicklaus, you know, when he was said, well, how do you fade it, Jack? He said, well, it's simple. I just don't let the toe overtake the heel. You know, now how simple is that?
Yeah.
I just don't let the toe overtake the heel through impact. Obviously, if the toe overtakes the heel, again, for your viewers, many of them need the toe to overtake the heel more to get a bit of shape or a bit of draw as a feeling. But you want to feel that you drag the heel of the club, but you're dragging it with this, which is dragging your hands, dragging the shaft.
Okay, take two more.
So it'll feel that the heel of your club's dragging this way, yeah? And the face is a hair open. Good. Come on, turn hard. Extend. Nice strike. Little bit open, so then you overcook the face there, you see? But I don't mind that. I think you'll see that occasionally because you just overdid it.
Strikes so much better that.
More solid, yeah.
That.
Yeah, yeah. It is right on the button, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually get in the middle. He says he shanks it down the target.
A bit necky.
I mean, yeah, fraction.
But your 2.6 left there with the face 2 left, but it was necky, you can see. So if you're gonna, what you're gonna do if you're necking it?
Pull the hands in slightly.
Pull it in slightly, yeah. So again, from your viewer's point of view, practicing the impact location. Had a great flight, super shot. How'd
That's
that
the
feel?
one.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was bob on, wasn't it? Right out of the button, dead straight. Yeah, and strike location, obviously people underestimate how good the best players in the world are. And, you know, obviously software now allows us to see it. But you look at Tiger's strike location, it's like that. You know?
Mine's just more of a 50p at the
yours
minute.
haven't got a big doubloon for yours.
You got a £2 coin. Up. Separate the heads with a bit of stretch.
That was a great strike. Rip that.
Leave on the best one, eh? Well, thank
was
you for that.
perfect.
I've
You're
got a
great.
good idea of what I need to be doing.
No, so
Pleasure as always.
no, thank you. So you've got to, obviously you're going to have to hit the range. When I see you on YouTube, I don't want you seeing you just wafting it. I do want to see maybe even a more aggressive practice swing.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, you're probably better thinking, right, I've got to force this club a little bit,
and
unless
get
it's
it all the way.
downwind or something to a front pin. But you've got to think, right, I'm going to make a more aggressive practice swing, and I'm going to move this quicker.
Yeah.
And you might feel like you're doing a bit of an Alex Norren. You might feel that your hands are a bit low and left for you.
Yeah.
You know, and assuming you're hitting a fade. Now, just a caveat, word of caution: if you get that way too much with a driver, obviously you're going to be cutting it because you know you're pegging it up, and you might have to get a bit more inside.
Yeah.
So that's where it is movable. This.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll have to visit that. But at the moment, let's try and get these iron shots. something like,
Yeah.
you know, and a bit more consistent.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed that lesson. Hope you've managed to pick a few pearls of wisdom out of there. Go and follow Adrian on all his socials, and we'll see you in the next lesson very soon.